20 years ago, I landed my first IT job with 0 certifications and 0 professional experience. Here's exactly what I did instead and why it still works better today. So I found a company I really wanted to work for. It was based entirely on Linux and open source software. I had years of home lab experience. I've been practicing out of curiosity on Linux servers in my basement, setting up servers, breaking things, fixing things, and just learning out of curiosity. My home server stack was Apache HTTPD, postfix with Spam Assassin and Postgre to filter out spam. I ran Dovecot IMAP server. It ran an ident-d server. So what I did was I sent an email to the company just saying that, hey, my name is Paul. I have 0 professional experience, but I want to work at your company. My current tech stack on my home server is this. And then I listed the entire tech stack for my home server. And just 1 or 2 days later, I got a very quick reply and they wanted to speak with me. And they invited me over for an interview just some days later again. So I went to the interview, and the main technical part of the interview was to talk about the process from power up to a login screen. So I had to walk through the entire process from the BIOS boots up to the init ramfs, the bootloader, kernel loads, everything. And I can't remember all the details right now. It was 20 years ago. And I was able to get through the entire process with confidence, no certifications to lean on. I think it showed them that I was able to explain my thought process and understanding very well. And I think that helped me a lot. And just some days later, I got an offer and I accepted, and I just started working some days later again. So just like 1 week later, I had my first workday, and notice what actually got me the job. It was not a certification. It was a real project for a real problem I solved for myself. 1 direct email and being able to explain my thought process on a technical level end to end. That's what I want to unpack today. I had no certifications for postfix. I had just a mail server I actually used for my own domain, filtering real spam. Nobody asked me for a badge or certification. They just wanted me to prove it live in the interview. The certification just shows that you can pass an exam, but it says nothing about working under pressure or explaining your reasoning out loud. And being able to do this properly is what actually gives you an advantage in the job market. So I didn't wait for a job opening, I just emailed them and showed them what I built. With recruiters today, your CV or LinkedIn profile is scanned in seconds. A certification on that list is barely visible. But if you have a real GitHub project, it will get more attention and become something you can point to and talk about and reason about in an interview process. Another important point is that my home server tech stack was not a tutorial project or a course project. It was something I built because I needed it myself. And I chose the software stack because I knew this is the best practice for delivering these services. And choosing that tech stack and having that project mapped directly into the work I later was assigned at that job. So that's the tell. I built it because I needed it myself, not because some tutorial or course told me to build it. I'm not saying certifications are worthless, but if you're looking for an entry-level job, I don't think certifications should be what you should focus on. Focus on real project first. Certifications are worth more later in your career, stacked on top of real experience. Today's version of the email I sent is more in the direction of a public GitHub repository with a great README file that explains the whys, the whats and hows of your project. It explains why you solved it. It explains the decisions you have made, etc. Pick 1 project, not 10, and make it genuinely good. OpenCode Docker is a good example of exactly this for me. I built it to solve a real problem I had. I pushed it publicly to GitHub, and now it's a project I could easily talk about for an hour in an interview with some preparations. I'm using this tool on a daily basis together with my OpenCode GO subscription, which gives me a lot of usage on many different great models. So if you want to sign up to OpenCode GO, use the referral link in the description and we both get a free $5 credit. So if you're job hunting and try to land your first job in the IT business, whether it's a software engineer role, a DevOps role, platform engineering role, cloud computing role, join my Discord server, Agent Ops, link in the description below as well. There's a career and learning channel there. I'll personally answer any questions you might have. And there's also an OpenCode Docker channel if you want support or have suggestions. Hit the like button if you enjoy the content and subscribe for more videos like this on OpenCode, Docker, AI agents, career development, and more. See you in the next one and take care.